Hello, I'm Dr. Catherine Packer Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. Throughout my career, I've been blessed to work with many different families. One common theme I found through working with many families is that oftentimes the main person who is said to be in distress often feels like they are not heard. I have found this particularly to be true if the person is a young person, a child, a teenager, or a young adult. Sometimes we as adults believe we are truly listening and that we are there for the young people in our lives, but we are not engaged in active listening. Sometimes we are caught up in trying to figure out what to say, being worried about what they're about to tell us. Sometimes we're just really focused on being solution focused and just really wanting to solve the problem and not really wanting to hear all the details and just want them to rush and get to their point. Sometimes what they're telling us is something that upsets us, and sometimes it makes us angry at them and ask questions of them or be very judgmental of them throughout the process. It is important for us to know that having a parent who listens is critical for the healthy mental development of a child. It helps them to know that they matter in the world. It gives them a strong self concept. Actively listening to them lets them know that they are important, that they have worth, and that they have a system of support that they can trust no matter what's going on in their lives, good or bad. There's a quote that I like to use by Frederick Douglass that says, "It is easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men." And when a child grows up not feeling like he or she has been heard or actively listened to, they often might have a feeling of insecurity or a feeling of distrust because they were not able to trust they can talk to people in their family. They might have a negative sense of self-worth that they bring all of these things into their relationships with other people. They also might struggle with communication in relationships with other people because it was never really modeled for them how to actively listen. Now, the great thing about active listening is that it's a skill. It can be learned and taught and practiced at any time. It's never too late to give it a try. Um, First of all, you have to give the person your entire full attention. So that means turn the TV off, no radio, no looking at your phone while they're talking. If it seems like weird or strange to you to have to turn the TV off, that kind of lets you know how much you're used to having background noise when you're interacting with each other. So it might feel weird in the beginning just to focus on one another without any of that background noise. Also, to look at the person when they're speaking and give them your full attention. Not only listen to what they're saying, but also look at their body language. Tell them back what they said so you can make sure that you understood their point of view. Um, Try to let go of your own agenda. Sometimes we want to rush in, solve the problem, tell them what we think right away. But instead of doing that, let's focus on perhaps how they're feeling, putting ourselves in their shoes and having some empathy for what they might be emotionally experiencing and kind of teasing that out a bit and talking to them about that. Having a good sense of emotionally what's going on for them on the inside, being able to name and label that. And then we can start working on solving the problem. Sometimes a young person just wants you to listen and they'll deal with the problem in their own way. So ask about that as well. Most important is to encourage and to be encouraging as they are talking to you. Let them know that you are a source of support and that your support is unconditional. It's unwavering despite the situation. So again, having a parent or a caregiver that actively listens to a child really helps to build a strong sense of self-worth and contributes to the healthy mental development of a child. So let's start encouraging and actively listening today.